Pierre, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
What brings you to the World Energy Congress?
We have a huge Lebanese delegation participating in the Congress this year. And as LCEC, the Lebanese Center for Energy Conservation, we represent the National Committee of FEC in Lebanon. And it's a habit, it's a tradition to participate every 3 years in the Congress, because it's actually the place or the platform to meet energy leaders from all over the world and to discuss the hot subject in terms of energy, and specifically energy conservation and sustainable energy.
You were formed in 2010. How did that come about?
Lebanese Center for Energy Conservation, we are actually the national energy agency for Lebanon. And LCEC, it was created in 2005 as a joint project between the United Nations Development Programme and the Ministry of Energy and Water. LCEC at the time had a specific set of objectives, and with the success that LCEC did in the Lebanese energy market, the Lebanese government decided to have LCEC as an independent institution, and this is what happened in 2010. So since 2010, LCEC is the National Energy Agency for Lebanon. It's independent both administratively, financially, and even legally, but we're under the patronage or auspices of the Ministry of Energy and Water, with funding from the Ministry of Energy and Water in Lebanon.
So the goal is 12% by 2020. How are you progressing towards that goal?
Yeah, let's have a small historical review. Practically the 12% target was launched as a political commitment by the then Prime Minister, Mr. Saad El Khoury, and that was in 2009 during the COP meetings that took place in Copenhagen in Denmark. So actually this 12% was a political commitment, a political vision. In 2010, the Ministry of Energy and Water developed a policy paper, a strategic paper for the development of renewable energy and energy efficiency. And this paper was followed by the National Renewable Energy Action Plan in 2011. This document, which we call the NREAP, was developed by LCEC, and this document clarifies the different steps and the different technologies that need to be developed in order to reach our 12% target by 2020.
So where are you on the path towards that 12%?
Actually, renewable energy represents around 6 to 7% out of the 12% target. We believe we are on the right path. Last month, the Minister of Energy and Water announced a public call to private investors to invest in Lebanon in the renewable energy development. We believe with this step, Lebanon will be achieving its 12% target. The good thing is that in Lebanon, we are working based on a clear action plan. Things are being done in a very structured way, and this is a positive. This creates a positive momentum for the development of renewable energy in the country.
So it's estimated that there's been $450 million of investment since 2011 to 2015. Where's that money going?
Practically, the $450 million of investment, it was all based on this national financing mechanism that was developed by the Central Bank of Lebanon. The Central Bank of Lebanon offers loans with 0% interest over a payback period of 14 years, which is extremely interesting for investors. Many private sector entities, whether on the individual basis, industries, hospitals, schools, you name it, are taking or having these loans from the central bank. So the money is being invested in three main parts. One, the decentralized renewable energy projects with special focus on biomass and solar photovoltaic system. Two, on energy efficiency project with special focus on cogeneration, LED lighting, energy efficiency in the building envelope. And the third part, which is also flourishing in Lebanon, is the green buildings using the American LEED certification system or the British BREEAM certification system. So these are the three main parts. However, in order to reach our 12% target, we're talking about reducing around 767 kilotons of oil equivalent, meaning by 2020, the quantity of energy produced by renewable energy would spare Lebanon the import of 767 kilotons of oil. To achieve this target, we need around $1.7 billion. Our action plan, the action plan of the Ministry of Energy and Water, is to have a mixture of investments by the public sector, but mainly by the private sector. And a major share of this investment would come through the subsidized loans offered by the Central Bank of Lebanon.
What next?
Next, Actually, we are implementing our National Renewable Energy Action Plan. The involvement of the private sector will give a huge push. We're talking about the first phase, we're talking about 120 megawatts of solar photovoltaic system. We're talking about 200 megawatts of wind energy systems all over Lebanon. The momentum is extremely positive. A lot of investors are jumping into this opportunity. Lebanese banks are fully supportive. The awareness at the level of decision makers, especially the Ministry of Energy and Water and the Central Bank of Lebanon, is putting renewable energy high on the agenda, and this is a positive momentum for the development of renewable energy. As LCEC, we are optimistic that the 12% target will be reached by 2020.
Exciting times.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.